Hello, this is Pam with Ballet Memphis Pilates, and I'm here to talk to you today about your feet. With exercise programs closing and people working out at home, there's so many more people who've increased their walking practice or added a walking practice to their routine. And that is absolutely wonderful. The weather's been beautiful for all the walking. I just want to remind us a little bit about foot care as we're walking and what we need to think about with our feet, because what happens with our feet translates up to the rest of our body. Michelangelo, who was a student of natural science and a visual artist extraordinaire, said that the foot is one of the most complicated mechanisms, and indeed it is. Each foot has 26 bones, 31 joints, and 20 intrinsic muscles. That's a lot of area and a lot of musculature that needs to stay fit so that we can have a proper gait and a proper walk. So we're going to do some exercises today for our feet. One of the first things I want to talk about are your toes, because they are so important. Each toe has its own muscle, and each muscle to that toe has its own nerve. So I want you to just pick your toes up and open them nice and wide, and then lower your toes down and see if you can keep them that wide. And do that again. Pick your toes up and open them as wide as you can, and then lower your toes down and keep them wide. Now see if you can play the piano with your toes. Lift just your big toe and put it down, and then just lift the next toe, the second, and then the third, and then the fourth, and the fifth, and then put it down, fifth, fourth, third, second, and first. First toe, second, third, fourth, fifth, fifth, fourth, third, second, and then you can reverse that. So let's be a little bit of Jerry Lee Lewis here. Let's channel our Jerry Lee Lewis and play with our toes. The next part I want you to think about is your heel or your hind foot. I want you to lift those heels up, and then I want you to lower those heels down, and then just lift those heels up, and then lower your heels down. So we have a hind foot, we have a forefoot lifting your toes up, and then we have the midfoot. So roll to the outside of your ankle and roll to the inside of your ankle. When you do that, don't let your knees go out and in. Keep your knees very steady and just roll those ankles. All of those muscles and all of those bones need to be awake and to be mobile so that when you step on an uneven surface, your ankle doesn't collapse, but it supports itself. So rocking out and in and out and in. And now let's just do some toe taps, simple toe taps and simple heel taps, heel drops and toe taps. You can put your favorite music on and do some toe taps and heel taps. You can add some little dances with it, right? Do some foot dances, because those feet really need to get exercised and moving. Then you can stretch that foot out and flex that foot and point that foot, working through every single part, from the heel through the midfoot, through all of those 26 bones, and through the toes. Then just pull your toes back, pull your midfoot back, push out through your heel. Other foot, reaching out, pull the toes back, then the midfoot, then the heel, and then heel, midfoot, and toe. One more time, toes, heel, and out, and press, and point. I'm going to get my brick here. You can do this with a book, you can do this with a step. It's really important to stretch your calves out. So you're going to just drop your heel down. You're going to have the top of your foot, your forefoot, on the brick. You're going to make sure that you're not hanging back and you're not pushing forward, but your hip is right on top of that ankle. Now, if that's too much, you can lower it just a little bit, right? So you just want to get a good calf stretch, right? Stretching those calves, they will get really tight from too much sitting. They will get really tight as you walk. And it's important to keep those calves working to get the calf pump going, to get the blood flowing back through your body, and to get the lymph flowing as well. So you're just going to lift your heel up and lower it down. Get some nice calf pumps going, bending the toe, and lift and lower. And then you're going to go to the other foot and lift and lower, lift and lower. And walking too involves transferring your weight. So when you walk, you're going to go heel, midfoot, ball of the foot. Now I'm standing on that foot and my other heel is lifted and I'm rolling and I'm pushing off. Heel, flat foot, ball of the foot. Now the back of my foot comes up and I push off. So you can practice or just be mindful as you're walking that you're going through all of those different parts of your feet. So that's all for our footwork for today. That's part one. Rosemary Martinez, who is a Pilates instructor and a PT with Ballet Memphis Pilates, had a gait workshop scheduled for the end of April, and we're thinking about maybe putting that online. So we'll keep adding to our footwork. Enjoy your walks. Pay attention to your feet. Thank you.